YouTube, check it out. I'm here, Arctic Cat, 2008 Arctic Cat M8000. It's a CTech 2 engine, and I'm cleaning my power valves. I already did the other side. I got this part all tore apart, of course, again, because I forgot to take a video. But I want to show you guys what I did to remove this power valve, or both power valves are actually the same. So what you want to do, what you want to get started is, well, as you can see here, I did it half-assed basically because I didn't feel like drilling out these rivets right here. So you got to remove your belt guard. So first thing, remove your clutch, 13mm, remove your body clutch. Then you're gonna have a bolt right here. You're gonna have a couple bolts on this side that's between your clutches. You're gonna have a bolt back here, right there somewhere, but you're not gonna be able to get, or you shouldn't really need to take that out. So what I did, I just kind of just took this, as you can see, I'll zoom out a little bit, and I just put that down there. And this here, you really should take this off. I didn't feel like draining my Presto and everything, taking this bar out, so I just bent it out of the way far enough. Okay, so now that you have all that done, you're going to have right here this cover, and this cover goes right here, right there, right here, and there's two Torx. You take those two Torx out and you pull this out, and when you pull this out, set that aside. You're gonna have an O-ring in there also, guys. There's an O-ring. Sometimes that O-ring will get stuck right there. Make sure you don't lose it. Then I'm going to show you how to put all this back together, by the way. Then you got this. You pull this out, and you can see how pretty cruddy it is. So you pull this out, that sits in this way, so that goes in like that. And there's a little slot right here. What that slot is for this rod. Now this rod sits inside of a hole. Once you got all this power valve back in, you set that in the hole. Then that hole goes into that pin. So once you get all that out, then you remove the two 10mm bolts up here, and you might have to give this a little tap, this bottom part. So this is the top part of your power valve and the bottom part, and just give that a little tap just to kind of break it loose. Don't hit it hard, just give it a little tap. And to clean your power valves, as you can see, they're pretty dirty, and what happens, these get sticky, and yeah, they stick in there. As you can see, they're pretty oily, they're pretty greasy. I don't have a stand for my phone, guys, but I'm gonna try to show you. Try to hold this. I'll try to zoom in a little bit, and as you can see, that's not gonna. As you can see, there's a lot of crud on here. This one's actually not as bad as what the other side was. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a lot of crud coming off that. The phone's not really focusing too good, but so yeah. So what I do, I got a knife. I try to get as much off as I can. You don't want to gouge this. You don't want to scratch this. You don't want to go too abrasive on it. If you really want to, you can pull that bolt up here, pull this off, take the cable out, and take this off, put it in a wire wheel, like a wire grinder or something like that, and clean it all up really good. But what I do, I got some carburetor and choke cleaner here. I spray this all down, and I got this shit right here. This fuck, I can never think of the name of it, but anyway, this here, and I just scrub, try to get as much of this off as I can. Sometimes you're gonna have some deposits left behind, guys, and you might need just take a really light sandpaper, like a 320, 420, something like that, and just lightly clean it up. If, like, what I do, I spray all the carburetor cleaner on it, and I use this, get it clean as good as I can, and then basically this won't work for certain deposits on it, and then I'll get some sandpaper and I'll go at it again just to make sure everything's clean, just like it was when it was new. So I'm going to start with the carburetor cleaner, and then I'll show you what's going to happen after that. Alright guys, so I got it at this point right here. So as you can see, it's not too bad. I got most of it, the back side. Still got some crack there. So like I said, I don't have any 420 or anything, but I got some 320 sandpaper, and I'm just going to go over this real nice and light all over the place. I'm not planning on taking any metal off, just work at the black deposits on it till you get all the black off, and then you should be good to put it back together. While you're spraying your carb cleaner, brake cleaner, whatever you're going to use on this, just try to put a rag underneath it, guys. You don't want any crap getting on your belt or whatever, and yeah, it probably wouldn't be good for rubber, right? So anyway, I'm going to get at this, and I'm going to show you the finished product, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it back together. Alright guys, so here it is. It's pretty damn clean, looks pretty good. So now for your reinstallation, you want to, I always make sure that this gasket, anyway, it's really hard one hand, but as you can see, there's 3 holes over here, there's 1 hole over here. So I just kind of make sure I put this back where it was. And how I know that is those holes are still dirty right there. And so I got 1, 2 holes, and then the third one's clean, as you can see. But so obviously this goes that way. So now with the reinstallation, your power valve has this spot on this side, and it has no spot on this side. So where this spot is going to go is towards the bottom. It's going to fall in this hole right here. Yeah, you should clean that out also before the reinstallation. Just make sure it's nice and clean, that it doesn't sit up too high. So I'm going to clean that up. I forgot about it, guys. Alright guys, so now for the installation. Like I said, remember which way your power valve goes. You're going to have that block on the bottom part right here. And you're just going to take that, and you're going to slide that in. And it's going to fall right down in place, just like that, guys. There you go. Now that that's in place, now it's time to clean up all this stuff. So I'm going to clean all this up. Clean all this up. I got some debris all in here. I got to take out with the knife. Clean all that. I'm going to spray some of that carb cleaner inside here and get all those bearings all cleaned up in there too. So I'm going to clean all that up, and then I'm going to show you how to put that pin in and this block back. Alright guys, so for the reinstallation, you can see it's not focusing too great. Okay, so you see that slot right there? Let me get my big hand in here, but anyway, there's a slot right there, and then there's a hole in that slot. It's not focusing great, is it? So that's where this has to go. So you're going to push that all the way in, that rod. And as you can see, that rod's still sticking out a little bit. So where that's going to go, like I said earlier, is in that little hole right here. This spot right here. Right there. That spot. Okay, so I got to clean this up. I just cleaned that one up because I didn't want to lay it down and get it dirty. And I'm going to clean this one up, and I'm going to put that in. Alright guys, the joys of making a video by yourself. I had to get this bar stick it in here and hook a ratchet strap to it to get this barrel far enough so I get this piece in. Okay, so I find the easiest way how to get this back in place. You feel inside the hole, you get an idea on where that rod is. So, or have a look inside. So, as you can see, the rod's right there. So, basically, line it up with something. Take your hole, and before you put it in, line it up with roughly where you think it is. And put it in, and just move it back and forth a little bit, left and right, clockwise, counterclockwise, till it falls in place. And once it falls in place, you're golden. So that's where it needs to be. It's all locked, and you got to make sure that that's in where it needs to be, guys, because it can. I'm gonna pull this out. I'm just gonna show you, because see, it can fall inside of this groove also, but you don't want it inside that groove. You want it inside of here. So for the cap, I got it all cleaned up. Well, you can't really clean it too good, but what I did, I filled this up with carburetor cleaner and just let it soak for a little while and tried to get all the crud and everything out of it. Stuck a rag in there, worked it around, tried to get all the black stuff out of it, and don't try to go too hard on this, guys, because this is a bearing and you really don't want to screw this up. You don't want to knock one out or something like that. And since I cleaned it all out with the brake cleaner and everything, and I got all the crud and everything out of it, what I did was take as you can see, there's some stuff in there. I put a little bit of grease in there just to get the initial, you don't want it to run dry right at first till it gets oil on it or whatever. So just put a little bit of stuff on it. Don't put a lot of grease, just enough to see you put some. So for that cap, it just slides in place. I think one thing I didn't show you guys was right over here. This is for your power valves. It's over on this side here, and as you can see, my power valves are sitting up a little bit high, and the reason why is because this here I'll go over to the other side and show you this. So that's what controls your power valves. This is all computer regulated. So what I did, you can just turn this, and when you turn it, it brings these up or down. I don't know if you can see that working. I can't really turn it enough, but anyway, you just turn this, and there's no need to worry about this, guys. You turn this, and anyway, I'm going to turn it right back to where it needs to be, and I'm going to set these power valves, these tops, back down on top where they need to be, and then you can just basically leave this alone. You don't have to worry about this. As soon as you start your sled, this is gonna the ECM, the computer, is gonna put that right back to where it needs to be. So there's no resetting it. There's nothing to worry about there. As you can see, this side, I didn't put my cap back on yet. I still got it soaking, still got it cleaning right here. That's about it, guys. I'm not sure if I told you guys yet. The reason why I backed this off is just to give me a little bit more cable inside my power valve to hold the power valve out just a little bit extra, so I can completely clean the entire thing. That's the only reason I did that. That's about it, guys. Anyway, any questions, whatever. One other thing about this, guys, is you got these caps here. I forget what these are called. These machines right here, they're something to do with something to do with exhaust rotary valve. I don't know exactly what they are. But anyway, you have one on this side. You have one on this side. What I just cleaned. You're gonna have two on the inside of here. You can't clean those, guys. You have to basically tear the whole engine. You got to take the motor out or take your cylinder walls off to get these out. So anyway, I'm not going to say not worry about them, but they should be good. They should be good enough. If you really want to clean them and think you need to clean them, then anyway, that's completely up to you. I'm not cleaning these just for the pure fact I don't feel like buying a whole gasket set and everything. The Skidoo runs great. I got 3,400 kilometers on it and 0 issues. I just want to make sure that my power valves were all clean, and yeah, so that's that, guys. Any questions at all, please guys don't be afraid to ask. Usually when any comments come up, I'm usually there right away, try to help you, because I know when you're looking for help and you're trying to get something going, it can be a headache and you might need advice, and I'm usually there pretty quick. So have a great day, guys.